Hey guys, it's Chandra with Indirect Knowledge, and welcome back to the channel. And today's live stream, we have a special tarot reading, and this is for Trista. Now, we did a tarot reading for Trista a while back, and it was concerning Kevin. This is someone that was significant in her life, and he kind of comes and goes in and out of the picture a little bit here and there. She had some questions tonight concerning pretty much the same situation, but she also wanted to kind of get some insight about her health and just what the overall picture in the situation was. So this is a really good example of kind of follow-up tarot. I do get this quite a lot from people, and really it's a good thing to do this because you'll find anyway that oftentimes situations, circumstances change, as we're living life and going about our day-to-day lives. Certain things will, cause us to doubt or cause us to wonder or cause our mind to do some odd things, or we'll just get that hunch. It's sort of that inner knowing inside of us that says, something just doesn't feel right. Or maybe it's something that just is that hunch of like, I better get another reading, or I better get a little bit more guidance or a little bit more insight on this. And it never hurts. So, what have you got to lose? So in this particular reading, we're going to be doing this for Trista. We're going to focus on the health, and we're going to also focus in on Kevin and just her overall love situation and everything. Just the situation with her daughter. And yeah, so I'm just going to shuffle the cards here really good. It's been quite an interesting weekend, I would tell you guys. I've just been doing some kirtan. It's something us monks do, like a spiritual music. So just been playing some harmonium and doing a little singing, spiritual songs, that kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. And a lot of prayer and a lot of supplication. So it's been kind of one of those type of weekends. Went out to the park and did a japa walk. We call it a japa walk. It's just basically a mantra meditation we do as we're walking and that kind of thing. Just to get out in nature is really nice. I saw a black bunny rabbit actually, and that was pretty cool. And the black bunny rabbit was totally dark black. I don't think I've ever seen like a all black bunny rabbit. And this thing was big. It was like pretty massive. You could tell it had eaten a lot of carrots. So it was pretty fantastic. Anyways, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I think it was last week sometime I was going for a walk. You have to understand Michigan winters and weather, always up and down. It is very unpredictable. For example, last Tuesday, it was in the 30s, we had snow. This Tuesday, supposedly anyway, the weatherman gets it right. We're supposed to be having like 81 degree weather, and that's in a series of 7 days later. So what do you do? But anyways, it's kind of where we're at with things. So I'm just focusing really intently on this. The cards just kind of do their thing. I think that's pretty good, and we'll cut the cards. Okay, now that we've cut the cards, we'll go ahead and deal these. Just like in the past, we'll start with a 7-card reading. This reading is going to go from past, present, future. We're also going to be looking at, and this will give us a lot more insight, probably from what the other reading did give. Then we're going to look at really what the solution or answer to this whole situation is. We're talking about the health. We're also talking about the relationship in general. Just kind of where things are at. We'll look at really the energy of the present situation. That's today, moving into tomorrow. And then we'll also look at kind of where Trista's thoughts, her feelings, those kind of things are at right now. Guys, forgive me if there's a little bit of background noise. We have a furnace. There's nothing I can do about it, and it just sometimes comes on if the temperature goes too low or something. The furnace kicks on, and then we get the heat that comes out. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. But um, hopefully you can hear me okay, though. So let's go ahead and start with the past. The past is this card here. We have temperance. So in the past, we had some patience. Well, we have to have patience with the situations that are somewhat complicated. Um, it's about finding that balance, really. This temperance card is really about finding the balance. It's about how do I how do I have the best of what it is I'm searching for, I'm seeking. How do I make it and refine it and get it the best that I can? Because it's sort of a fine line. If I push too much to one side, I get pushback. If I push too much to the other side, again I get pushback. So it's sort of that give and take. But basically, what we're doing is we're synthesizing things. We're synthesizing the whole entire situation. That's a situation with Kevin. That's a situation with our health. I'll give you an example just to kind of put it into more perspective. So this is to do with health, for example. So with health, um, well, I'll give an example. Like us monks, we have a very strict vegetarian diet. Um, but if we eat too much, or we go a little bit too overboard on a particular something or other, maybe too much ghee or butter or too much sweets, too much sugar, something like that, then it causes us to have a poor mental awareness, poor focus, gain weight, um, feel lethargic. So those kind of things. If we only eat like a very, very strict diet, then maybe it's okay, but then maybe mentally, it's not, not so positive either. So sometimes maybe it's okay to embellish a little bit, maybe have a sweet or something once in a great while, right? It goes back to that old saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. But if we eat too many sweets, then it's not a good thing. If we eat too little, only healthy food, only good things, it may be okay for a while, but maybe there's some part of us that is yearning for that or something, or maybe it's just something that our body is requiring something else, some other nutrient or something. So then we have to change up the diet a little bit. So it's sort of a fine line to figure out what is the proper diet or the proper uh, food that one should be eating day to day. And so daily we're making this balance, we're balancing this out. So this is just something to kind of give you an idea of what this temperance card is really all about. It's really about this balance of you see the card, the cups there. Cups are relationships. It's a balancing act of the relationship. So that's what Trista is really finding herself with right now. So, or in the past, recent past actually, has been this balancing act. If I uh, if I act too crazy for him, then he's going to act crazy back. If I act too nice, then he's going to walk all over me. So it's sort of like you got to kind of find that line where you're not giving up control of yourself in order to give the other person complete control of you, but at the same time you're not trying to be the controller either, to where you're trying to control them, because then you're going to get pushback from them also. So it's about this equal balance that works for both people, and each person is different, so finding that balance does require a little introspection. It requires a little trial and error sometimes. Just like if I eat too many sweets, I'm going to get fat, I'm going to gain too much weight. But how do I know how many sweets are too many? Well, it could be one is too many for me, I don't know. But everybody's body is different, so maybe one person can have 5 sweets, maybe one person, maybe I can only have 1 sweet. So we have to figure that out. So everybody is a little bit, situation is a little bit different. And so that's what that past card is showing us. Moving into the present situation now, we have the magician. Okay? This magician, he's a presenter, but he's presenting us with some things. Now, if you look at this here, it's almost like a lightning bolt, the way his arms are positioned. This is some symbology that's in the tarot that we see here. It's illumination, lightning. We think of striking out of nowhere. But we also see that he has the cups, the pentacles, the wands. He also has the swords right there. And he's basically telling you that you have all the resources in front of you. Everything you need is right there, for you as far as this journey goes and to wherever it takes you. Notice this card is the one card. So this is really where the journey begins. And so we're seeing this kind of as a play out from the previous reading that we had before. This is like saying, okay, we're starting something fresher, we're starting something new. So one's about new beginnings, but this is also about fresh starts. It's also about, just giving yourself the understanding that you have all the resources and all the power and everything within you. And it's right there for you. It's a very positive card. It's a really good card to have, in this present moment. So basically, Trista, it's basically telling you that you're in control, that you really have the resources to be able to handle this situation, and you will be able to handle this situation. But let's look a little bit further into the future. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, King of Pentacles. Now, this is sort of a masculine energy. Of course, we think of kings, we think of masculinity. That being said, there really are no masculine or feminine cards in the tarot. These are just representations or aspects of our self and others, each other. So these are things that are identifiable. These are certain traits or certain characteristics that we can find within our own personalities, within our own lives. And so the King of Pentacles is really about, this particular king here is a little bit smug. He's got the money. Money, of course, they say money is power. He's able to rule. He's a very grounded king, very fixed, not going anywhere. He's the controller. And so this is the, this is sort of the central figure. This is where you're at, soon enough. Your finances will be in good shape. You'll be on a very level playing field. You'll be in a very good situation financially and resource-wise. We just got the Magician. So those resources are saying, hey, pay attention. We're here for you. And with those resources, this is what's coming. So what's coming is basically you're in this situation of power. You're the one in control. You're able to financially take care of things for yourself, for your daughter, for your relationships and that type of thing. But it really does give you the upper hand here. So now, what is the answer to this whole situation? So as far as health goes, I'm not really picking up a lot about health right at the moment. We'll keep going though. For the answer, we've talked about this before. It's about really, you got one wand kind of there behind, standing erect. The other one's in the hand. We have the globe. The world is in your hand. It's a very good card, but again, it's about this thing of staying grounded. It's about being fixed where you're at, not rocking the boat too much. If you notice a wall in front of this, this keeps you from really, going and doing too much. Of course, the water represents the unconscious. Mountains represent, a journey of sorts. Having the world in your hand is everything you need is kind of right there for you. So new growth and everything. And this is 2, so it's about relationships. So you can pick and choose really. What this is saying is you can really pick and choose your relationships. And it's a really positive card. You've got the white and the red roses and stuff. And I forget exactly what dynasty that was, or what exactly it was like in the monarchy and everything, like over in Europe. But this was like the red roses versus the white roses, that kind of thing. There was some kind of a war of the roses or something. So there's some symbology there, but this is also white lily. It's purity, and it's also about passion. So we can see some of these symbols in the card, and really what this is saying is it's going to be kind of the answer for you is, are you willing to just make these decisions? Are you willing to, which direction are you really wanting to go? Do you want the relationship, or are you turning your back on the relationship? And you see that right here. But we'll move forward here. So the energy around this Magician. So the Magician that we talked about a moment ago, this is all about the resources and everything that's at your disposal. So we have the Knight of Wands. So knights are about energy, right? The Knight of Wands is about a lot of energy. So we have kind of this Wands is fire. It represents Leo. It's that fire. It's the bravery, the being able to move forward. It's move forward, ask questions later kind of thing. This is the most active knight that we actually have. This guy gets on the horse and takes off, doesn't think about anything else. It's all or none. Sorry, I had a pop-up on my screen. So this is really all or none. This is just about like moving off into the, you got the resources. This is the action card right here, the energy right now that's sort of surrounding this magician. But here's the thing, don't leave home without your resources. Okay, so this is sort of that card that's telling, hey, look, you've got the resources, but if you go off and you're flying, you're just leaving, and you're just leaving everything behind abruptly without thinking about anything, you might end up getting in a little bit of a situation later on, when you need those resources. So here's the thing, just be careful a little bit. Know that those resources are there for you, but also understand that this haste, this energy, this feeling of that I need to hurry, or that I need to move forward, or I need to do something, you can kind of quell that a little bit. You don't have to be so. I would recommend maybe a little meditation or something would be really good, is what I'm picking up. Let's look at really what you're wanting, like where your thoughts are, your mindset and everything, kind of what your hope is, or if you have any fears about the situation, what those look like. Okay, wow, the Wheel of Fortune. You're hoping for some good luck to come about out of all of this. And the Wheel of Fortune is a really positive card. And most often, this is a very positive card. It's a karma card also, like what goes around comes around. If you're doing good things and you're very devoted and service-oriented, and the people in your life that you absolutely love the most, that you're really trying just to do what you can for, it's all really about this devotional service aspect. If you're doing that and you're helping out the situation, then you can be sure that every now and then some luck will befall you. Some good fortune will fall into your lap unexpectedly. Some good things will happen. And that's what's going on here. And that's really what you're wanting, is just, you want this whole thing to just be resolved, and for just some good to come from all of this. That's what this card is telling me. Finally, let's look at the outcome. Okay, wonderful card. So this card, this is the Three of Pentacles, Three of Coins. This here card, you see this craftsman here, and he's got a hammer. This is a hammer, and he fixes things. He is able to craft things. We've got these pinnacles up here. We've got this archway, these archways and stuff. He's able to work on these kind of things. He's just on a little bench, but you notice he's got a toolman's apron on and stuff, because he's able to correct things or fix things. And that's what this is really, this is the advice that card is giving me to give you. It's about fixing things. You have those tools that we talked about with the magician right now. What you'll be doing is basically, you'll be kind of a leadership figure in other people's lives. You notice right here, like he's almost kind of explaining to these guys, hey, look, this isn't really rocket science or anything, but you just need a little bit of, you need to have the right tools. Of course, this guy has a hammer, so that's a tool of the trade. And you just need to have some knowledge, a little bit of knowledge or understanding about the situation. So that's what the outcome of all of this is going to be. You're going to get probably some new insight relatively soon in the matter concerning Kevin and everything. But I want you to understand that as far as health goes, I'm not picking up anything negative as far as that goes. I'm seeing a really good, clean bill of health for you. You've got all the positive resources. In fact, probably some good things are going to fall into your lap unexpectedly. That's really what this reading is telling me. But it's going to come in the way that is really about you taking kind of, some of the resources that are right now at your disposal. I'm talking about things that, Trista, you probably don't even know that are right there for you, things that could really benefit you right now. It's just that what happens is our mind gets so narrowly focused on one thing only, or a couple things, that mental conflict goes on. Thing is I'm not seeing really any mental conflict with you in the cards. It's not showing me anything on that end. It's really about just this need to want to take action, or need to get some resolve on this whole matter and stuff. And it's coming. Some good luck is going to fall into your lap, and it's going to surprise you. It's going to bring a smile to your face. I feel a really positive, warm energy. It's going to excite you. I mean, it's something that's really going to like stir you, make you feel really great inside. And yeah, it's really good. And I'll tell you honestly, a lot of times when someone asks me to do a second reading for them, sometimes it's because their doubts, or their negative thinking, their monkey brain, that stinking thinking kind of gets inside there and that. And so oftentimes, I mean, I've seen very often that when I do a second reading for someone like this, sometimes the cards don't produce anything near as nice as what they've produced for you tonight. Sometimes it's like sort of that self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of times it's that nightmare card coming up in their previous spread, and they've gotten themselves so worked up about it that now it's sort of like all of those nightmares are coming into fruition, or they're at least, this person is putting these things out there to get them in that way. So anyway, you don't have anything to worry about. You're in a good situation. Everything is working out really nicely for you. Relationships and things in your life, just like we talked about before, still on track for all of that. But the cards are telling us tonight you're getting some kind of a gift. Something is going to fall into your lap unexpectedly, but it's also giving you this reminder that, hey, you have these resources. Use these resources and maximize them, benefit from them the very best that you can. So really, that's all I've really got as far as things go for this particular reading. I mean, if there's any other questions or something more specific or anything else that you'd like to know, please reach out to me. I'm always here for you. I'm here for everyone. So if there's anything that you need from me, just let me know. You can reach me via email, or, or however. But anyways, thank you so much. And guys, if you're watching this video, if you like what you see, please like this video, add some comments down below if you have any advice or any insight or anything that you would like to share with Trista about the situation, about the cards. Otherwise, please also subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. And also, of course, hit the bell icon, and then you'll get notification every time we do these live streams. So the more of these readings that we get, the more that we end up doing and putting out for people and stuff. So it's really just about, service and trying to help people as much as we possibly can. So if you have any questions or anything, please reach out to me. As your tarot coach, again, I'm always here for you. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening. We will see you guys on the next episode here at Indirect Knowledge.